continuously at the bike. It was continuously barking at the bike. So when my dad stepped away from the bike, he noticed that there was a crate underneath the seat, which, as you all know, which is very, very dangerous. So the pet dog showed out of gratitude saved my dad's life that day. So my dad, embracing the attitude of the dogs, hugs the dog with tears and them. Friends, believe me, in life we always learn in the culture that we deserve. So a great way to really develop the positive attitude is to always express the everything that happens to us and also build up the gratitude journal. To conclude, I always feel that I pretty much sure that all these tips will help you to cultivate your mental attitude. Friends, believe me, application or the knowledge is the real power than just listening to it. So if it's time for you to act. So if you wanted to follow, try all. And if you feel that, hey, I wanted to give up, I urge all of you to really do an one extra mile, one extra hour stretch, one day. You will be amazed at what happens before you fall short of it. So before I run short of time, back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you. That was our first contestants to get the ball rolling, Ramesh Shugavanam. So he was sharing about mental attitude. Right, thank you. So let's, just to ensure this is the sequence. Okay, so we're going to follow by Alicia Chia, then is Sanjeevan Balan, followed by Srinivasan Sohin. So let's move on to our next contestants. So we as you notice that we are not sure whether our external judges who are sitting among us need some time. So just give me a feedback on that. Okay, but let's continue. Our second contestant, Alicia Chia. Her speech title, "This is my story." Okay, you can give her a round of applause, and I mean, like, you can show your support. This is my story, Alicia Chia. Alicia, please pin the timer to make sure that you can see the timer. Yeah, it's visible to you.
Okay. Testing, can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can. We can see you and we can hear you.
Testing, testing.
Yes, it's good, Alicia. Good to go.
Okay, just give me a minute. Hey Dad, isn't this a lovely condo? How I wish I could live in one. Girl, you earn so little income. How can you ever own this condo? You are just a squatter in your sister's apartment. Yes, my dad, my mom, and I just shifted into my sister's apartment. My king-size bedroom shrunk to a narrow bedroom facing the dumpster. I was 40, single, overweight, and my career was at a plateau. And I was still walking in my sister's shadow. Everywhere I went, people would call out to me, "Antia's little sister, come here, come here, come here." But my name is Alicia, Alicia, Alicia. My dad knew I had a low self-esteem, so he gave me a poster that read, "You never know how high you can fly until you spread your wings." So I took the poster and hung it blocking the dumpster. I wanted to be like the majestic eagle soaring in the sky. But I was just like a river flowing in no direction. I made a wrong turn and kept going, going, and going. I dreaded social functions. My friends would talk about their kids and family. But when it came to me, they quizzed me with all sorts of questions. Alicia, are you dating now? What's his name? Where is he living? What's he doing? His name is Peter, but today he's not free. But I'll try to bring him the next time round. But of course, that never happened. I was always in unfulfilled relationships. And sooner, Peter and the rest soon drifted out of my life. The worst was family gatherings. This Chinese New Year gathering, my concerned auntie told my mother, "Gee, Alicia's going to be left on the shelf." Her words were like this axe that struck me in my heart. I hated myself. I felt one thing and did another. I pretended I liked something, but actually I didn't. At the end of the day, I was like a mere actor, not willing to play the role and hiding behind the fourth wall. I gave up all my dreams. Then one day, I chanced upon a girlfriend who noticed my pathetic state. She recommended me to join a 2-day spiritual silent retreat. Can you imagine me not speaking for 2 whole days? How about you? Can you remain silent for 2 whole days? Well, a miracle happened. It was a deja vu moment. I received a miracle and I lost my sugar craving. I realized it was not my unworthiness, but rather my parents' too high expectations on me. And I felt a heavy weight lifted above my shoulders. And I was ready to shine my light brightly. So I quit my agency career and joined a new financial consultancy career. I started on a healthy lifestyle and lost 17 kilograms. I like the new me. I was light, confident, and raring to go. Now, nobody called me an Ancha's little sister, but they would walk up to me and ask me, "Hey, Alicia, you look so great. What happened to you? I almost couldn't recognize you. Tell me, what's your secret?" My life transformed. 4 years later, I got my keys to my apartment. And now I could do more what I wanted to do and what I needed to do. And you remember the auntie that said, Alicia's going to be left on the shelf. Well, she said this to me. "Alicia, although you're single, but you're all right." I no longer needed a man to complete my life. I complete my life. So my life transformed when I stepped onto the stage, not hiding behind the fourth wall that divides you, the audience, and me. I no longer watch other people's performance. And every step I take is a step towards empowerment and a step away from self-doubt. Yes, COVID-19 presents mega challenges for me. I have put on some weight, and my career also has some problems. But just like the river, the water will flow to the lowest end and rest. So too, I will lay low and have patience and wait till COVID-19 ends. After all, This is my paintbrush. This is my life, and this is my story. I aim to be a better me. I aim to be someone's strength, to be someone's inspiration, and to help someone to never say surrender. What about you? Are you feeling you're in a rut? Stop pointing fingers at others. Stop shirking responsibility. Be responsible. Nothing is cast in stone. Imagine the life you want. Then pick up your paintbrush. Start painting your story, because you are the artist of your life. Back to you, Toastmaster Day.
Thank you. Thank you, Alicia. That is our second speaker. Just share screen. Okay, so there's our second contestant. She spoke on This Is My Story. Next, moving on to the third contestant. Our third contestant is Sanjeevan Balan. His Swiss title is Mentorship to Success. We can give a round of applause, give some support. All right, thank you. Mentorship to Success, Sanjeevan Balan.
All right, I just want to test my audio. Can you hear me?
Yes, please also pin the timer to make sure that you speak within the time. Yes. You are audible, we can see you. You're good to go. All the best.
If you have the will, you have the way. These were the first few words I heard from my first mentor. These words get me far in life. And these words gave me confidence to persevere through challenges and obstacles in life. And those words were uttered by none other than my own late father. As a child, through my eyes, my late father was a man of love and care. He showcased leadership qualities. As a child, my late father was a man I looked up to. And he was my role model. But suddenly, there were bad storms in his life. And he chose to change directions. And one day, he left me. He left me to visit the God in heaven. My first mentor is now gone. But it didn't come to an end because life has to go on, right? So I used this chance to meet more people and I made more relationships. Some of them gave me ideas on how to go about life. Some of them gave me different perspective of looking at life. Some of them give me support and encouragement. Some of them gave me opportunities to advance my little used talents. And I was very grateful for them. And I realized that these were the benefits of being mentored. This great man, Bob Proctor, he once said, a mentor is someone who sees your talents and your capability within you, even more than what you do, and brings them out. However, after a traumatic accident, which occurred years ago, that actually caused me to fracture my lumbar spine, break my entire right rib, which pierced my right lung and caused internal bleeding. And I had a traumatic brain injury, which affected the different major parts of my nerves to my body. And that caused me great amount of challenge in my life. Not only that, I had difficulty forming new relationships, let alone sustaining an ongoing relationship. And what made matters worse was the setbacks, the disappointments, and the failures I faced in life, where I refused to accept or learn any more thing. And not only that, I also refused to accept ideas and suggestions from people who wanted to improve my life. I didn't accept any feedbacks either. And I was so depressed that I didn't seek for any guidance from anyone. I knew this had to stop because I was going deeper and deeper into a dark place and I couldn't do it alone. So I decided to find someone who is knowledgeable and experienced, someone who is willing to support me and give me care and respect, and someone who is willing to give me his or her time. And as the saying goes, when the prodigy is ready, the mentor will come. As the saying goes, I was blessed to have few mentors, and some of them are from this Whampoa's Toastmasters Club. And I just want to highlight one person in particular. I think you know him. He's none other than the president of this club, Mr. Haja Jafarullah. Zafar, he listened to my needs. He gave me constructive guidance. He also shared with me his experiences. And not only that, he also supported my long-term goals. And what is more amazing is whenever he has a tight schedule or is in the middle of something, he still never fails to communicate with me when there's a need. Not only a mentor, I knew I found a friend who will walk with me towards success in this life. Thank you, Safa. You will never walk alone. How many of you know that and understand that you can't satisfy your hunger by keeping your mouth tightly closed? All right, thank you so much for sharing. Now, I also realized that success, my journey towards success, is much smoother when I listen to people with an open perspective, especially mentors who are experienced and knowledgeable. Sir Isaac Newton, he once said, if I could see further in life, it is all because of standing in the shoulders of the giants. Now, let me ask you, whose shoulders or which giant's shoulders you want to stand on to look deeper into your success? With that, thank you.
That was contestant number 3, Mentorship to Success, Sanjeevan Balan. Let's moving on to contestant number 4 and also the last contestant in this prepared speech category, or as it's known, international speech. Our contestant number 4, Srinivasan Sohien. His speech title, The Gap, Your Life. Let's give him a round of applause. Speech title, The Gap, Your Life. Srinivasan Sohien. So please pin the time or the timer. And if you're ready, you want to do a voice check.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can, but it's a bit distorted, but you try again.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, thank you. It was a dark storm night, and one of the greatest conquerors of this world, Alexander the Great, was lying on his deathbed. He asked for his friend to come to the tent.
Sorry, I have to interrupt because we lost your voice. We lost your voice.
Yeah, Vasan, your voice is very muffled.
1 minute. Let me sorry.
If you want to take away the wireless, we have because of technical issues, we will just give you one more chance to restart.
Sorry, just give me 2 minutes. Okay.
Still can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
It's very muffled.
Can you hear me?
It's very muffled, Vasan. Can't hear you clearly at all. So I'm not sure whether you want to use the headphone and the mic.
Vasan, probably you could try using your default mic and speaker of your laptop.
Without the headphones, right?
Yes.
Vasan, if you want to try that, you can remove your headphones and see whether your speaker, your laptop speaker works.
Yeah, I'm just doing it now. Just a minute. Okay.
Maybe what you can do is you can go into your mobile phone Zoom and use that as the audio capture and just leave this visual image video on.
Okay, so just give Vasan a minute or two to get the technical side ironed out. Vasan.
Maybe you plug and unplug. Sometimes even loose connection might not work.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm not sure whether Vasan, I'm not sure whether you want to try speaking. I'm not sure what's happening there your side. Can you hear us? Okay.
Vasan, your audio device is not connected. Probably you need to choose the option connect audio.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's
Now
good.
it's clear. Now it's clear.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Okay. Contestant number 4. Okay. So you restart right now. There's no more
Sorry.
restarting.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. The
Okay,
contestant
you guys,
number 4.
everyone
the
can hear
title
me now,
is-
right?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. The gap, your life.
Thank you.
Contestant number 4. If you're ready, you can start.
It was a dark and stormy night, and one of the greatest conquerors of this earth, Alexander the Great, lay on his deathbed in his tent, and he asked for his friend and one of his generals to come in. So the general came in, and then Alexander told him, I shall soon die, and you must bring back my body back to Greece. And when you're taking it back to Greece, make sure that the coffin that you make for me will have both my hands outside. Then his friend asked him, why is that so, my lord? Then Alexander told him, I want everybody to know that even the great Alexander, who almost conquered the whole world, took nothing on his last journey. Nothing. Between birth and death, what we have earned is always nothing. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, friends, and guests. Remember that magic word, nothing. There is nothing that you will take away on your final journey when you leave this earth. But then we have to come to that important question. If nothing, what is the purpose of life? Okay, assuming this is your birth, do you have any say in what is going to be your birth? As to what race are you going to be born as, what gender, what religion, what place, what family? Do you have any say? No, nothing. You have no say in that. About your death, do you have any say in when, how or what, which way are you going to die? No, we have nothing in that also. So we start from nothing and we finish off with nothing. Then what is life all about, my friend? That is this gap between birth and death. This is the gap which is your life. Yesterday is a mystery. Future is also a mystery. But this is the gift that life gives you, the gap between birth and death. So what you make of this life is the most important thing that is going to be happening in your life. So that is why it is called the present, because this is the gift that life gives you between your birth and your death. So remember, at birth, you have nothing. At death, you have nothing. In between, the gap is your life. Make sure that you live a life that is fruitful and eventful and makes an impact on everyone around you. That is the most important thing that you have to figure out and how you're going to do that. That is the $1 million question. So now let's come to this question. What are you going to do with your life, right? You will tell me, Vasan, easy for you to talk. Now in this COVID, with so much of issues around us and all that, how are we going to live in the present? Let me explain, my friends. You know, in the trees, right? Every tree will face a period in that year when it loses all its leaves. Almost 80 to 90% of its leaves fall down. Does the tree cry and want to die? No. It waits because it knows there is going to be another season where it's going to grow new leaves. Our life is also the same way. Whatever happens in our life, as long as we have life, like I told you, right, birth and death, the gap is your life. So whatever happens to you, it is most important that you keep the faith and the hope that something better is going to happen. That is the most important thing that we should realize as a human being living on this earth during this gap, which is our life. Once we realize this, we should now make the most of our life. How do you make the most of our life? That is the next question that we need to address. So it's very simple. All you need to do is empower, engage, and enjoy. That is most important, because if you never empower yourself, you're not going to believe that you can do everything. So that is the most important thing for us to realize, that we are here to do something. So we must empower ourselves to do whatever we can to the best of our abilities. And then we must enjoy every single moment that we have in this gap, which is our life. Make sure you are having fun doing everything that you are doing. That is the most important thing. So once you empower, then you enjoy, and then you act out your life, and you will achieve whatever you have set out to achieve. That is the most important thing that you have to realize, that this is something that we have to do. Because once you realize this and you empower yourself, you engage, and then you enjoy what is happening to you, around you, with you, for you, among all the people that you are living with, that is the time you will understand that this present is the greatest time of your life. And it is the time where you are having the greatest fun. And you will make this gap more colorful than anything else in this life. Remember, it's not always green. There is some whites, there is some grays, there might even be some blacks in between. But you should always remember, at the end, you will be having a colorful life. That is the most important thing that we have to realize as human beings, that we have been put upon this earth to create an impact around us, on us, for our next generation, whatever it might be. People have different reasons for why they are doing something they're doing, but find the reason that you are doing something, and then make your gap the most colorful gap of everyone on this earth. That is the most important thing for us. So very important is you must put away all the past mistakes behind you, not just your mistakes, also the mistakes and the transgressions of people around you. Somebody who might have committed something bad to you. Forget that also. Just throw it behind. Don't carry any excess baggage. As long as you have no baggage, you're easy and free to run and do what you want to do. So that is the most important thing that I want to bring across to people who are listening to me right now, that you have to put everything behind and don't continue to suffer for something that has happened somewhere behind in time. You must live in the present and do whatever you can today, and automatically that will make an impact on what is going to come tomorrow on your future. So it is the most important thing for us to realize that we have the magic within us to do what we want to do, and make use of that magic and create the most colorful life that you have in this gap, your life. Over to you, Toastmaster, for the day.
Thank you, Vasan. That was the fourth and the final contestant for the prepared speech. Thank you. Glad we could hear you clearly as you completed the speech. Let me just go back to the screen. So we have come to the conclusion of the segment 1 in terms of better speaking segment on prepared speech. From these 4 contestants, we will be shortlisting 2 winners to represent our club at the Area U1 contest. So for now, let me make this clear, the polling. The polling purpose is, as in any of our chapter meeting, we always have a polling where we vote for the best speakers. So it's among the audience, the members here, and this will not have any consequence towards the judges voting. Okay, so this is just for the audience, the members who are present here, to choose who do you think is the best prepared speech speaker for today's meeting. So we have prepared the, thanks to our VPE, Menti. So I would request everyone to take out your mobile or just from your device, go into menti.com, and the code is 8127385. You should be able to see the 4 names of the speakers who just took part. Just vote for your best speaker. Okay, so just choose your one speaker, but a gentle reminder again, this will have no consequence towards, this is not like we have like certain percentage going towards the contest winners. This is for the club, okay, as per any of our chapter meetings. Thank you, Alicia. So you see the code also in the chat is 8127385. So please go and vote for your best prepared speaker, prepared speech speaker. The speech is missing. Okay, so just take another minute for us to complete that. So that will also give us some time, and especially for our guest judges who have been sitting quietly to judge today's contest. And as I mentioned earlier, all these judges to have fairness and also unbiased judging, they are all from other clubs. Okay, they are external Toastmasters. Okay, Sriram, just give me a thumbs up if it is good to go from this. So if anyone is still using the menti.com, so please key in the number and the code, and you can choose one of. Sriram, okay?
Yeah, Vasan, I have received, Zafar, I have received 15 responses.
Okay.
16 responses. I think I'll just close the voting for now.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coordinating this. We also have a polling function, but we are just using the Menti now. Earlier, there were some technical issues. Okay, so thank you. That was the end. That is the end of the first segment, and we will move on to the second segment, which is the table topics. And after the table topics contest, we will take a short break and we will come back for the evaluation before we wrap up today's chapter meeting, as well as the contest. So for the table topics session, I mean, usually we will invite members to come on board. But for this one, we have, okay, so we have, just give me a moment. We have the 5 contestants. Okay, let me just coordinate something. Okay, Alicia, I'm just trying to get in touch with you, Alicia. Okay, so usually we will have our breakout room. For some technical issues, I think we are not able to find that. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to do the randomizing to see who are the speakers that's going to go in that sequence. And we have 5 contestants. So later I would request the speakers, other than the first speaker, the rest of them to log out. Okay, my apologies for that, because we can't find the breakout room function. So we can't put you in the breakout room. So we're going to like move you out of the meeting, and I will communicate with you to log in when the speaker has completed. So this is just to be fair, and also to ensure that everyone who's going to speak on the same topic. Okay, so that is the purpose of doing this. Okay, so we will do that same randomizing to see which are the speakers that's going to speak first, and then followed by which is the second and third, fourth, and finally the 5th speaker. Okay, if you're ready, let me just go to that that screen where we can do the randomizing. The names are all put in already. Okay. Okay, so hope everyone can see the wheel. Just give me a thumbs up if you all can see the wheel. Okay, can. All right, thanks. Thank you. Okay, so we will do the same thing. Yeah, first 2 we will not take into account, just to make sure that the wheel is working. From the 3rd one onwards, we will record down the name, and that will be the sequence. Okay, this is the first round. Okay, it stopped at Alicia's name. Okay, but we're not going to take that into account. So second round. Okay, I'll close this. This is round 2. Wow. Okay. Round 2 also stopped at Alicia. Okay, okay. So this is the real one where we will start recording the names. This is round 3, but this is where we will start. But when we start, it is stopping at, wow, that was really close. That's Sri Ram. Okay, Sri Ram will start the ball rolling. So I'll remove his name. Let's go with the next one. Okay, and we are going to go with Vasan next, Srinivasan Sohian. Okay, we will remove his name. Next, okay, interesting. We will go with Aishwarya. Removing her name. We have the last 2. Toss up between Alicia and Vinny. The fourth contestant would be Alicia. Okay, and Vinny will be the last contestant. Okay, so let's stop sharing here. Okay. So to share the timing sequence, so we are going to have Sriram to remain in the room. And after I finish the instructions and giving you the guidelines and all, we will request Vasan, Aishwarya, Alicia, and Vinny to stay out of the meeting room. And I will communicate with you through the WhatsApp. So please don't go and have your lunch. And then after like few hours, we are still looking for, hey, where is these participants or contestants? So please don't do that. So stay there. Okay, and you don't have to like communicate with anyone inside here to say, like, hey, what is the topic, huh? So give me some indications. Yeah, so I mean, like, we don't want to do that also. So integrity. So the timing sequence for table topics is 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, the timing sequence is 1 to 2 minutes. And on the first minute, you will have the green background. So can we have our timer? Yeah, thank you. The green background. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, you will have the yellow background. And at 2 minutes, you will have the red background. And this red background will remain until the speaker concludes his or her speech, which means that there will not be like time's up background. So when you see this, you know that you have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. And if you continue to speak more than 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you will be disqualified from the contest. So when you come back here, back into the main room, we will give you the topic. And when you start speaking on the topic, as we say, verbal or non-verbal, the timing will start. If all contestants are ready and prepared and have no questions, if you have questions, of course, you can wave at me and ask. If it is not, can we have Vasan, Aishwarya, Alicia, and Vinny? You may leave. My apologies for asking you to leave. This is good as like breakout room, but you're breaking away from the room, that's all, okay? So please stay connected. Once we have finished with the first contestants, I will invite Vasan. Okay, please, all the best. So can we have our contestants 2